welcome back to another episode of God Built This Podcast. I'm your host, Maxine, and we're on episode 183. I feel like there's like an air in the room. Like there's this strong but quiet anticipation for Beyonce. And by the time you listen to this episode, if you're listening to it like on time, either way, but you'll hear her new album that is coming out. That'll be out by now. But by the time it is of recording, I am not privy to it yet. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't feel necessarily anticipation. I feel just like, okay, let's see what's going on. Kind of ready for it. I think that's what it is. But this is my first Beyonce album that I will be experiencing as a full adult. And what I mean by that is this is my first Beyonce album that she has put out that is like I am an adult. Like I'm caring for myself solely. I'm not running home to like mom and dad necessarily physically or all of that because I have my own, or I'm caring for what I do have. And there's a difference between pre-Maxine in that like adult environment to now. Because like, of course, when you're not necessarily having to take care of yourself solely and you don't have to bear the weight of adulthood and finances and navigating yourself through life and work and career and all of that, then there is it's like there's a lack of I don't want to say motivation, but like I was just going through life very kind of years ago, which is dope though. But what I mean is like I didn't like worry about things that normally an adult would. The Maxine now, I'm so like focused on what I want to focus on. Like, okay, I'm putting energy towards my podcast. I'm putting energy towards things that I enjoy and like doing. Like I am living the life that I am interested in living in and walking in fully. And with all that being said, I haven't really given myself time to be excited for this album. Is that weird? Like I don't really necessarily, oh my gosh, I can't wait, I'm gonna count down. Like that kitty side of Maxine that was so gung-ho about Beyonce, that girl is gone. I've grown up. And it's so strange to say out loud, but I just don't have that same excitement and giddiness. Like, for example, I remember a couple of weeks ago, I think it was in June, Beyonce came out with the announcement that she will be releasing an album by the end of July. And in preparation for that, here are 4 mysterious boxes that are available for sale on her website. and you don't know what's included in the boxes. Like, it's actually mysterious, but the outline of the box makes it seem like it's like a disc jockey set or whatever. Like, it's this type of like old school those type of records. And then I was thinking, like, if that's the case, then how the fuck am I gonna listen to this album? I'm sure it'll be available on our phones, but Beyonce, if you're going to have just a separate accessory, but in order to access and really indulge in that accessory, one will need a record player, then this is gonna be, it's just this extra stuff that I just wasn't excited to just figure out. How can I find a way to make sure I have a record player? And like, but the old Maxine would have been, I don't care how much it costs. I don't care how out of the way it's bringing, I don't care how inconvenient it is for me. I will find a way. But me now is like, I'm not buying any of these boxes, Beyonce. I'm not. Like, I'm just gonna wait till the music comes out and enjoy it and go from there. And someone was saying how they don't know like what are the differences between the 4 boxes, because it was 4 boxes that she was selling. So instead of buying just one, someone bought, or I'm sure more than one person bought all 4 boxes just in case. And it's like, just in case for what? Like, I just I think my energy right now is kind of low too, but that's really how I feel genuinely, because it's like I'm over the hype. I'm over the intensity. I'm over the I want to prove to everyone on my timeline, on Instagram, on Twitter, on whatever social media platform, that I am the number one Beyonce fan of all times. And I remember I used to, every September 4th, which is, if you know, you know, but for those who don't know, that's Beyonce's birthday. I will always post like this montage. I will always post this montage of Beyonce as, in honor of her birthday for that year. And I did it for a couple of years. So it was just a thing I did. And that was my way, in my head though, to prove that I'm the one who's the number one Beyonce fan of. I'm the one who is the president of her stan club, and I'm that girl. For what? I think I've just been coming into a space lately where, why? Like, I'm just asking myself that question, like, why am I doing that? Like, what's the point? And then I sit back and I'm like, oh, there is no point. Like, it's not a big deal. We create hysteria around things that don't need to be hysterical about, right? Monkeypox. We'll get to that. No, but we create these big ass deals, So now you have these 4 mystery boxes that Beyonce put out, or that she put on sale, and maybe it'll be revealed tomorrow. Well, by that, when it's time. And it's like, you open the box, right? You receive the box, you open the box. Is it supposed to do something? Is it just it's really about to. It's really a bragging right. That's what it is. Like, hey, I purchased this when Beyonce released it. The moment she released it, I purchased it. So this is an emblem of that. And look, I'm just not into it anymore. Now, me saying all of this doesn't mean that I don't like her anymore, that I don't love her music and the feeling that it has brought me for many years. It's just I am over the worshiping aspect that I've been doing for Beyonce. And I never thought I would get to a point to say that. Because it was funny back then. Like it was not even just funny, it was fun. It was fun to worship her. It was really like it was fun. You know how people get so caught up in like conspiracy land over like JFK, for example, like who really shot JFK? Who was really responsible? And then you go down this rabbit hole and you go down this rabbit hole. Oh, not let's not even go there. I was thinking about John Benet Ramsey lately. You know, that young girl who was a pageant girl, young white girl, was a pageant girl and was killed in her home. And it to this day is an unsolved murder. Now, I think the brother did it. If if we want to talk about it, I think the brother did it. And I think the mother covered it up, and it's just this thing. But I bring that up to say there's a whole community of people who will go just down this hole that literally never ends in trying to solve a 40-year-old cold case just to find some purpose in life. Like it brings excitement. Like, hey, I just realized they didn't count the DNA from the night of the party. What if the DNA from the, like, people find this to be so exciting. And I don't want to like shoot at their lives as to why I don't want to say fictional, no, but like a 40-year-old case is the vein of someone's joy and purpose of living. But I just think there's something to why do we find such pleasure and just life purpose when it comes to certain things like conspiracy theories, or just for that one for example, because I just think about like it's never ending. Anyway, you do that because it's fun. There's a joy to it. There's an element of it like, wow, if I solve it, I solved it. But then what, right? It never ends, because say if you do solve it, okay, you solve it, wow, you wear that badge of honor. Feelings are fleeting, for the most part, I think. And then you're now going to go on to the next case. I was watching a documentary on Netflix called Who is DB Cooper? Or no, Where is DB Cooper? Something like that. And you have all of these white people like spending every waking moment of their lives for years upon years, to the point that they create Facebook groups, they meet up, there's convention center gatherings that they have discussing this man. And if I could remember the case, so DB Cooper, he's allegedly passed, but the conspiracy is he really? Anyway, so back in the day, in the 1970s, or was it the 60s? It was around that era. The security on the airport was non-existent. Like, security? Huh? I just need to go to Detroit. Like, what do you mean security? Like, it literally wasn't a thing, which is hilarious now. Like, you couldn't even imagine something like that. Um, in the Netflix documentary, there was a clip of this guy. He arrived to the airport the same day and was like, "Yeah, I need to get to Detroit." And whatever, that's $30. And then they get him on. Like, he got a ticket, they give him a ticket, and then he boards the plane. It was never it's literally, it was that simple. It was that simple. There was no, "Sir, you need to have a 3 to 5 business day wait. You can't receive a ticket the day of. What are you talking about?" Like, it was so easy. Child, just a couple of weeks ago, I'm running late to the airport to catch a flight. And I had like a good 10 minutes prior to boarding. And I really could have made it. Like, it was really right there. I was already at the airport, but I needed to check in my bag because it was Southwest. And I don't necessarily need to, but I just, as a courtesy with Southwest, they allow you to check bags, which I just realized. I didn't know that, actually. And so I'm like, okay, well, let me just go ahead and check in my bag real quick and then hop on this flight. But the kiosk wouldn't allow me to complete the process. And it kept saying error. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have 10 minutes left. Come on, what's going on? So I go to, or I, speak with someone in person, and the lady looked at me, and she looked at my ticket, and she's like, "Ma'am, you only have 10 minutes left before the plane departs." And she said it so, like, what are you even doing? Like, like, how dare you even think you could have even gotten away with this type of thing? And I'm like, I mean, I know, right? Like, I know. It was just so weird. But then I wonder, had I just taken my bag with me, my checked-in bag, and it's a carry-on check-in. Had I just brought my bag with me, would I still have gotten in? I think I probably would have. I think I was pushing it. I think I probably would have. But yeah, the way that she reacted was so, like, actually hilarious. And like, "Ma'am, it's 10 minutes before." Okay, ma'am, can I go? The point is celebrity worship. No, but going back to Beyonce, yeah, I'm just kind of over the whole celebrity worship of it all. I think now that I am, I guess, more awakened or whatever, I am more conscious of what I bind myself to. And it doesn't mean that I don't listen to Beyonce or like rock with her songs or know her lyrics and all that. It's just, it's an intention behind it. I think for me, prior to me being where I am right now, spiritually, mentally, all of that, I was very much, whatever Beyonce did is right. Whatever she does is right. She could do no wrong. Shut the fuck up. If you talk shit about her, you come against Beyonce, you come against me. Okay? It was very much like that. And I noticed, like, once I was finally, like, detracting myself from that mindset, I was seeing how prevalent that mindset and attitude is. How acceptable it is to have this very hostile environment. And it's not, I mean, look, I don't want to put it on Beyonce. It's just, there's this, I don't know how to describe, like, there's this just hostility that, if you speak to any Beyonce fan online or in person, there is just prepare to fight. Prepare to fight. And I don't think that's right. Like, I don't feel like that's a healthy way to like someone. Like, that's weird to me. After a while, after you kind of get into a new space of thinking, you realize, like, that's not a really, like, that's not how I want to be, or how I want to even be associated with. Right? Like, I don't want to come off hostile, right? Especially over, like, I don't want it to ever become where you feel like you can't speak to me because, oh, well, Maxine's a little sensitive about this. She gets a little aggressive about this. Like, I don't like that. So, yeah, and it's just unattractive, honestly. It's after a while you realize, like, aggressive women, black women, add that to, like, all those layers, but just being aggressive as a woman is unattractive. Like, that shit's not cute. And I'm supposed to, and I don't know, for all these years I've been hostile. I've been this aggressive person, and Beyonce is to blame. No, she's not to blame, but just the environment that we've created, that Beyonce fans and myself have created around Beyonce, and that she could do no wrong, and there's no, like, constructive feedback or criticism. I love all of her songs, like, well, most of her songs. There's, like, one or two that I'm like, oh, not too much of a fan of, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm also, like, anticipating a little bit, like, oh, I wonder how this is going to turn out, this album. Just because it seems like, well, I just really I don't enjoy Break Your Soul or Break My Soul. What? Like, what are we talking about? It's not really my thing, not my sound, but I'm hoping the rest of her music on this album sounds better, for me at least. But it's not all about me, Maxine. We'll see. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm not thinking about it. I'll listen to it when I listen to it. Once it comes out, I'll get to it. It's going to be what it is. And so it is. So that's my take. I'm also coming from a place of things are just different now. Like, with Beyonce, I don't know. Things are just different now. And I don't want to get sappy, but I'll end that part there. Let's move on to another topic. So, Nick Cannon has welcomed baby number 8 with another non-black woman. Congrats to him. Congrats. It's a beautiful life, a bundle of joy coming into this world. What can we do? People are so, like, just panties in a bunch. These are willing participants. These women are back to back, fully aware. There's I think I watched something that he said not too long ago, that there's an understanding that he has with his women and any future woman who wants to be a part of his flock, apparently. What are the rules? But basically, from what I can remember, is that the women are to only speak positive and not negative when it comes to him and when it comes to each other. So I think they probably sign an NDA or something of that sort to ensure none of the women are talking trash about each other, about him, and creating a hostile environment that will allow other people to feel like they can add on to the hostility, which actually makes sense actually, and it actually speaks to why we haven't heard anything from any of the women that he's impregnated and who he has children with. We haven't heard anything from them. So I think that's interesting. What's up with that? But I feel like there's this cult like understanding and environment present within his his community. And that explains why he's able to just continue to have more babies upon more babies upon more babies. So anyway, baby number 8 has arrived, and he said baby 9, baby number 9 is on its way soon. So by the end of this year, baby number 9 should be here. And God bless. God bless. Be fruitful and multiply. That is what the Lord said, and I think there is this spiritual type of like mindset that he has. I really do. So whatever it is, whatever works. I noticed that Zelensky, the guy who is the president of Ukraine, he is making his rounds via the media. Just recently, there's this spread of him and his wife just modeled out they look good. They look good together. They have their model eyes, and it's looking like, are you guys really in distress? I thought you're at war. What's going on? Just recently, there's this clip of them being interviewed by Piers Morgan. So I just don't understand. And if you look at the interview, it looks like they're on a set of a complete movie set, and like they just finished filming an intense scene, and they're talking about how powerful it was to film that or something. Like, we're forgetting who they are, right? We're forgetting the fact that, oh, no. He's not this like action hero actor. But come to find out, he actually has a background in acting. Let me go look that up real quick. Zelensky. He actually has a background in acting. And I think that really speaks to why he is very well versed in the media and how he comes off as such. Okay, let's see. All right, so Zelensky formed a sketch comedy troupe called Vartal 95 when he was much younger in high school. He formed a nonprofit organization called the League of Laughter. He won Ukraine's Dancing with the Stars and voiced Paddington Bear in the Paddington movies. He starred in a popular TV show in Ukraine called Servant of the People, in which he played the president. Huh? So he was a star in a popular TV show called Servant of the People in Ukraine, in which he played the president. And this was prior to him actually becoming president of Ukraine. Isn't that hilarious? What is the world going on? What's going on? Was it really real? Is he really qualified to be the president of Ukraine while he's out here on a media run? Is he still trying to convince the public and the US that, hey, we need more of your money, United States? We need more of your money, Biden. Go ahead, give me about 400 million more. Give me about 500, 600 million more. Make it $1 billion this time. Ciao. You guys, I'm going to end the episode early. I'm so sorry. But my energy is super low. And it's been a week. I've been back to back with hospital appointments, and that ER moment threw me for a loop. And then them saying, I already knew I had like anxiety, whatever, but I guess I never had a doctor prescribe me something for it. And like I have it has like a tuck, like, how do you describe it? Like, has a background, has a just in case type of thing. I took one pill, and I feel like I'm still getting over it. So basically that pill that I took was, I took it like evening time. I'm like, okay, maybe that's a good time to take it right before I go to sleep, something like that, right? That's what the thing said too when I read the description. Like, that's one of the great benefits of it, basically. So I took it, and I want to say like 45 minutes into it, I just feel this complete dullness and just heaviness over me. I didn't feel it as heavy until the following day. So the following day, the whole day, I kid you not, you guys, my whole body was sore, as if I ran 50 miles, went up a hill, back down, and did it 5 more times. But like, whole body was sore. I was so sleepy. Like, I've never been sleepy like that before. Which actually, come to think of it, how celebrities would take pills, take their medication, and then we'll just be asleep for the whole... Okay, I'm going to give a funny reference, but for those who watched Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother in particular, you notice that many of the house guests who would just like sleep all day, every day, that's because they're on pills. I used to think like, or maybe that's just also a regular person thing too, also, because the regular Big Brother, there's some people who just sleep all day, every day. And I used to just think like, oh, they're just, that's just naturally their body. Some people are just more tired than others. No, it's due to a pill that they took, and maybe they took an anxiety pill like I did, and that was the result of that. Just one knocks me out. It makes me feel so sleepy. Wow. You could actually take up to four of those pills a day. I can't imagine taking 4 of those pills. Like, I hate feeling tired. I really do. I hate feeling like, because I want to stay up. I want to be up. What's going on? I want to do that. But it's just, I haven't been able to. And then you may think, oh, well, how come we couldn't record before? There's just, the topics were whack. Like, I couldn't really find... I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm just being honest. Hope you enjoy what I have shared so far. But I just wanted to be honest and say it's hard finding strong topics sometimes, especially when it's, like, not much going on, or... I don't know. or something that I may not feel like resonated with, right? Because something like, typically I'm not going off of what's going on all the time. I'm going off of how I feel about whatever it is, whether it resonates with me or not. And there hasn't been much resonating with me that I felt passionate enough to discuss. And then just with my health being in the way is just like right now I just feel so heavy and tired, and I just want to sit on the toilet. It's just okay. Well, I'm sorry. I just wanted to be honest and transparent with you all, so that's why I share that. I hope the episode brought some level of peace and comfort, because that's really my goal, as you all know already, of course. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Like I said, thank you so much for listening. Be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend, and I will check in with you guys next time. Peace. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of God Built This Podcast with your host, Maxine. Be sure to leave a review, give me 5 stars, and of course, subscribe. Also, follow God Built This Podcast on Instagram at God Built This Pod. God bless.